It tastes like victory. Got egg on my face for 1-0, 1-0. I didn't think we would win the game, but I didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. So especially when the Don is in the building. When Donversation hits the hits the chat, the Yuckerest is biggest critic. Got yourself a yuck. Yuck scored today. So this is what happens, right? Yuckerest saw Owen Goles bust net and said, nah, I'm not going to be outdone today. Owen Goles can't show up and score today, and I don't bust net. Man was having no part of it. Nah, I'm scoring today. If Owen Goles hitting the score sheet, and I'm not hitting the score sheet, and I'm wearing the number 14, it's going to be a long day. So he went and found the net. Big up to Yuckerest. Listen, a lot to unpack, but it's one of them days where you predict a result, you predict a 1-0, and then you're glad to be wrong because it's 4-0. It's one of them ones. Big up to Mr. Pads. Chelsea a $1.50 like a Cuban link did. Oh yeah, that Cuban link, on the Terror Squad days. You know what? Yeah, Cuban just never gelled with them, man. That's getting their chain snatch, shoe lifestyle. This is what we see happening to Chelsea right now is probably what's going to happen to West Ham. Not West Ham, Tottenham. They're going to get their pants pulled down. I'm sure Jimmy is over there having a meltdown on Jimmy Spliff TV, yeah? Because they blame everything on their center backs. I don't know what's the center backs. West Ham doing the piss take thing in the London derby. Listen, this is what Liam's fourth or fifth game, but I think this is his second game in the league. Right, the games that he has managed have come against what? Pathos and Champions League game. The loss against us, I think, is their only loss. But I think this is his second league game. He hasn't had a whole bunch of league games at the Palace game, and it's Napoli, and then out here losing to West Ham, it's mad. A big up to everyone, man. He's saying Arsenal game was dead, start to finish. Wouldn't get excited if I were you. What kind of out of all the damn seasoning in the draw, wahaha, you choose the salt. You choose to be salty. Out of performance on a 4-0 Blumen. You know what? 9-0 on aggregate. I appreciate this fixture. Keep Leeds in the Prem. If they can give us 9 goals, if they can add 9 goals and 6 points, 6 points and 9 goals in the goal differential, can't fucking talk. Keep them in the Prem. We'll take that every day of the week. Big up to the Don. As soon as the Don came in, I froze, but I was about to play the Got Your Gun for Yuck. Big up to Hendo. Big up to Odegaard and Starcroft playing Arsenal play nice, free-flowing football. So this is what I put in Shane Gooner's chat earlier on the reaction. And I was like, imagine, there was no Odegaard at the San Siro. Before we even get to that point, let's lay down the marker and acknowledge that what I've always said, and everyone knows, that we went on the best run of form with Odegaard out the team. That 8-game run, in all contests, Odegaard was injured. He was out of the team. Best runner form. Yeah. Away at the San Siro, Odegaard not in the team. Champions League game. Comes back at the weekend. He's in the team. We play shit. He gets hooked. Again, midweek Champions League fixture. He's not in the team. Game of two halves. Today, doesn't play. Doesn't start. Lo and behold, the ball moves forward. Big up Mr. Pez again. Say, I like that you have the Rottweiler. See, it's one of my favorite beats of all time, man. That instrumental. It was a short track on the Meth, and I forgot the name of that album. But it was a short track. It was like a 2 minutes and 30-second track, but it was. Love that instrumental, man. Redman and Method Man had an all-time great beat, but this song was, yeah. I should have read your comment before I started talking. I should have read the entire comment. It was a short song. I swear I didn't finish. I like to pause and acknowledge, the points as you make them. But yeah, man, big up to Mr. Pads. Yeah, man, I froze up for a second. I didn't restart the Wi-Fi. I have everything going in the house right now. All the TVs on, even the big screen in the living room is on. Didn't even bother to turn it off. Big up to Mr. Cousteau. 2-0. Listen, if they can turn this into an embarrassment for Chelsea, I'm here for it. But I will say, if this result holds or West Ham turns it into an embarrassing result for Chelsea, it worries me. And here's why. If Chelsea are coming into the game on Tuesday off a big defeat, and Arsenal are going into the game off a big victory, 4-0 or whatever the end score will be in the Chelsea game, it bodes well for them because then no one expects anything of them. Everyone expects everything of us, and then that's when we usually shit the bed. Yeah. So as long as the Chelsea, if they can get something out of this game, it'll be actually good for us. I don't want them wounded. I want them feeling good about themselves. Coming to the Emirates. Big up to everyone, man. Yak, Busnet, go on and throw it in there. What the fuck? Mateo, what in the fuck was that? I'm gonna say chill as well. I'm scared to put that shit on the screen, bro. I might turn into a meme. Yeah. Oh my days. World champ of the USA. Is that damn? Abhim, brother. I don't even want to fuck your name. I'll say Abhim. Big up. Yeah, man. Big up to you out there in New York City, my G. But yeah, I don't know why, but I said the game was there. Why did you watch, man? Who else was on? Who else was on at the time? Wolves and Bournemouth was on. You could have watched that. I'm sure that wasn't a dead game because I heard that Krupi goal was like Dorgu-esque from last week in the United Arsenal game. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard Krupi scored a banger today against Wolves. That's true, yeah? Anyone seen it? Anyone seen Krupi's goal? Bad boy goal from Bournemouth. Yeah, Wolves just mail it in. They talk about teams in the relegation zone. You play them this end and then you play them on that end. That doesn't apply to Wolves. You're getting 3 points from them, man. Even if they score all 3 goals, they will lose the game. That's factually happened against us. No one should be losing the Wolves. It's sackable at this point in the season. You know what I'm saying? But choo-choo! Quad train back on, says the Sheldon. Right on. Boy, Ted must be tied up in the spaces because I wasn't even going to jump on and do. But I had to shift my schedule around for a little bit because it's Saturday morning and ball is rolling. And then there's the Chelsea game on in the background. I'm going to keep one eye on that as the chat keep me posted on the score. I said the Q word, my goat finna retire soon. It's time to support my compatriot. Let's go, Wemby. So I'm taking it you're talking about LeBron, and you're going to become a Spurs fan. You know what I noticed about the Spurs Nation, right? The San Antonio Spurs fan base, every person from the Virgin Islands that I know is a Tim Duncan fan, and it was funny watching them pretend like they loved the Spurs after Tim Duncan retired. They didn't really love the Spurs; they just were, you know. And then you have another countryman who's bringing a whole new wave of Frenchmen to the San Antonio fan base. But to be fair, San Antonio, Tony Parker was French. I think Boris Diaw was French. Who else? I think they had another French player. So you know they're big in France already. But yeah, I said we flying to Qatar, you know. With Eze in the camp, we were balling out. Then Eze drops an inform Eze for Odegaard, and I like how you put inform Eze to just Odegaard. It wasn't a inform Odegaard; he was just fit. He just all it took for Eze to get tossed out on the team was for Odegaard to come into fitness, not even into form. Now we talked about this on Rashid's channel earlier. Bad Boy stream, by the way. You know, encourage you to go watch. It was funny. But we touched on Eze for a bit, and now Eze, there are people in group chats that are now saying, you know, if you're Eze, you might have to call your agent and have a discussion. Not saying you push for, but you need to have a conversation. Because right now it seems like Eberici Eze is number 4, is 4th choice to play in the middle of the park in a creative space. Forget the numbers. Forget the number 10, 8, whatever. In a creative space, Eze is a creative attacking player. In the creative space, it seems like he has fallen further down the pecking order. And on a day like today, it's very difficult to criticize it because of the result. That's what we're gonna get told, right? Because of the result. They can always hide behind the result. The same way they hid behind the 1-0 away at Old Trafford opening day. They hid behind the results and pretended like we didn't see what the fuck we just saw. A dead performance. Not saying that today's performance was dead. There is no way I'm agreeing with Wahaha on that shit. We could have scored one of the goals of our season today with Jesus and Odegaard linking up. I forgot who broke down the play, but it wasn't a dead game. Salty. However, back to the point of Eze. 4th choice. The number 1 choice, Odegaard. Even though he didn't start today. He only got dropped today for another favorite. It's one favorite to another. The messages are being sent. We know what the hell is going on. I don't want to call it sabotage, but shit, man. It seems like if he can get a result by freezing out the outcasts or keep the outcasts out the team, it's a win-win for him in every way. But seriously, as they got 10 minutes in the pouring down rain to do what? To come on and run around for a little bit. But that's what it is. It's clear as day. Your 4th choice. You're behind Odegaard. If Odegaard is out of form or unfit or he is being rotated, it's Havertz. We have seen this even against Bournemouth. Odegaard comes off. It wasn't Eze that got put on. It was Marino. So now it seems like it's Eze, it's Odegaard, Havertz, Marino, Eze. And if you are going to do this, brother, you have to win this league. Or you're going to lose half the team, if not all of it. Not all of it, because he's not going to lose Odegaard and Havertz. Them two motherfuckers might be the only two. Them two, Zubimendi and Raya. And Marino, right? No, the Spanish man, the Spanish link up. Raya, Zubimendi, Marino, Odegaard, Havertz. Everyone else, he run the risk of losing if he does this and does not win the league. The hell with the other trophies that I'm talking about that I want. Talking about the league. If he's going to do this. Odegaard will be back in the starting 11 next game. Just don't get too excited. Yeah, he's starting, not even the next league game. He's starting on Tuesday. He's starting against Chelsea. Now, what Chelsea are we getting? We're getting this wounded animal Chelsea coming out of a embarrassing defeat versus West Ham. They got 45 minutes to unfuck themselves. 45. Plus the 9 minute of stoppage that they're going to get today. Yeah? But it's mad. It's from the Save the Last Dance album. Was it? Was it? Okay, because I remember Shaka Demus and Pliers was on. Murder She Wrote. That was on the Save the Last Dance album as well. I don't remember if I bought that soundtrack or not. Wahaha I want to trade Bruno for Odegaard. Carrick can unlock Odegaard. Yeah. Keep the ball on the ground, move it quickly. One of them ones. The second West Ham goal was proper nice. What a finish from Somerville, aka Jimmy, as some would call West Ham fans would call him. So yeah, it looks like a late run from the glimpse that I just looked up there. It looked like a cutback and a late run banger. Yeah, we need to play more direct. We play more direct without Odegaard, but the tempo control he provides, no one else in the squad does. Now, what was the score at halftime? Hold on. Score was 2-0 at halftime, yeah? Yeah, 2-0 at halftime. Odegaard came in. What minute did he come in? Shit. He came in at the hour mark. 2-0 up and away. Yeah, I guess 30 minutes to go. I guess control tempo could be a plus, but we also had a 2-0 cushion when he came on for 45 minutes against K-Rod, Carry It Almighty. Flattered to impress, so to speak. Eze is light years ahead. Big up to Mateo, man. I ain't trying to turn into a meme out here, man. Not yet. I'm not ready for that one. Stillmatic kept on, but it was got an argument for his best album. So, Mr. Pats, if you go to like 2 streams ago, I have a channel called the Cold Corner Podcast where we did our first hip-hop stream. Our very first hip-hop stream on the Cold Corner Podcast. And everyone had to give their favorite albums. There were 2 Jay-Z fans on there, massive Jay-Z fans. And when it came around to me from my panel, them man were shocked that I said Stillmatic was my favorite album. And the discussion went on about it was written in I Am and on Nostradamus and all that. But Stillmatic for me, man, it was a press play album for me. I've never heard someone rap backwards and all that. Plus, there was Ether and that, you know what I mean? But check that out, man. I watched Leeds keep kicking the ball out for corners and throw-ins for 50 minutes until they let one in. So the thing is, right, there is a fear factor with Arsenal corners, with Arsenal set pieces. There is a thing. The juju is out there. Teams get nervous to the point where in the Forest game, we see they had a mental glitch trying to keep the ball in from going out for a corner that he ends up handling the ball. And it should have been a pen, but I wasn't bothered that it wasn't given because that performance, we didn't deserve to win that game. But it's a thing. Teams are terrified of Arsenal corners to the point where you got keepers out here chucking the ball in their own damn net. Shit. There was no Arsenal players in the frame. What was he scared of? It's in his head. None. And Nunny coming in with Nunny knows how to take corners again. Yeah? Nunny knows how to deliver a pass in the box after he did some more of his usual frustrating things. Nunny was like, oh shit, man. Cut back. When is the ball going in, bro? Nah, someone said, was it Havertz? Someone said on the Football Terrace that Havertz was the second cover of God. Wow, put it in all caps. You can type it. Type it in all caps and repeat it, man. If it's gonna convince you that the game was dead, it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool. It was tough to watch through some Man United lens. I get it, but it wasn't a dead game. You might see a dead game later with Liverpool and who Liverpool got? Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle. Now, let me have a glimpse of my scores and see how close that I got. I had Brighton winning. Them fuckers drew. I had Bournemouth winning. 2-goal margin. Yeah, that worked out. And obviously, I had Chelsea winning this 3-0. Now I'm looking like a dickhead. Chelsea out here. Down 2-0 at home. Let the record show that the champions of the world, Craig, are down 2-0 at home to relegation fodder. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I used to watch, thanks to Tony, until I found out he was a bit of an asshole. And DR2. Tony Parker was an asshole, really? Not Tony Parker that was married to Eva. Not that guy. Boris Diaw went 0 for 13 on free throws in one game, did he? He did have good fundamentals, though, because he wasn't a very athletic guy. Yeah? He did have good fundamentals for a big man, which kept him in the league for a little while, especially in a San Antonio system when, Pop doesn't fuck around. I remember Pop released a informed Steven Jackson in the middle of the season because Stacks was on some fuckery. Them St. Croix dudes talk about Duncan Highly. Can't blame them. I think he was the most complete player ever. I think he was the most fundamentally sound player I've ever seen for a big man, right? The most fundamental player I've ever seen was Michael, because Michael's athleticism was all there in that, but Michael at 36, with the amount of games played, wasn't jumping over people anymore. He was just fundamentally so good with his movement and his shot. He was just, you know what I mean? But for a big man, Tim Duncan's fundamentals, the footwork on that boy allowed him to play that long and win 5 damn championships, Even though they beat my New York Knicks in the final, I still got love for Tim. I hate that manager would have favoritism. Who cares about what players you like? You play who wins the game for you, who win trophies for you. Yeah. But even with this being said, I, along with everyone else on the panel, was shocked to see that he dropped Odegaard. And then we were even more shocked. We're like, well, he dropped Odegaard for Havertz. He didn't drop him for Eze. So if Mikel Merino didn't have a foot injury and Mikel Merino was in the squad, would we have seen a midfield the fridges again? The midfield that lost us the 3 points at Anfield and dropped 2 points at home at the City. That's a question that we'll never know the answer to. What did Yock and Havertz do first half? They didn't need to do anything. Nani was doing all the cooking. They might have dead performances or had a low impact. But, to assume that a game is dead because 2 players didn't do much would imply that you have 11 players out there cooking for it to be a non-dead game. So 2 out of the 11 didn't perform. The other 9, I think they did. That's why we're 2-0 up. Me, if I was manager, don't matter how much I like a player. If he's shit, he's getting benched, and I'm playing the ballers. There shouldn't even be shit players at the teams competing for the league. Like you are gonna have shit players by certain standards in the professional ranks, but for the top teams, the top end of the table competing for titles, there shouldn't be any shit players. You know what I mean? Remember the 2013. Go look at the lineups for the 2013, 2014 Clásicos between Real Madrid and, you know what I mean? I'm about to explain what the Clásico is, but shit, you know what I'm saying. The 2013 and 2015 lineups of El Clásico. See the names on them tee sheets, bro. It's his defensive output, in my opinion, for Eze. He went from being the nonchalant superstar to being another cog hard adjustment. But Mikel is being overly stern too. So I hear this, Jacques, but then I don't, right? Because here's why. If you are a creative player, and we're having a conversation about a creative player, and you're leading with what a creative player does defensively, is problematic for me, right? Because when we're talking about if we're talking about Gabriel and Saliba, we're not gonna lead with, but Gabriel scores goals. You're employed, you're in the team to defend. Eze is in the team to create. So we have to get out of this habit of leading with, and that I know it's happening because the manager's doing this shit. When he's talking about Gyökeres and he's talking about what he does off the ball, and he's talking about Odegaard, and we're talking about his press. Well, if his press was so important, he was out the team today. Who was charged with the pressing? Leading with what an attacking player does defensively is, I don't want to say bad analysis because I can't tell you how to feel or how to look at football, but a rebounding point guard is great, but if you do you set your teammates up for assists? No one will look at the stat sheet and look how many rebounds Steph had. You know what I mean? How many rebounds Steph had today? Now, right? He had 50 points though. He had 23s. Make that math make sense. But you know what I'm saying. You think we should sign Morgan Rogers this summer? No. I mean, I wouldn't mind the signing, but we sign Morgan Rogers this summer. What you will see is you will see another attacking player come to us and stall and stumble. Until we fundamentally change how we approach football with our tactics and our strategy, I don't think it doesn't matter who we sign. Now, part of me wants to believe that if Mikel gets over the line, should he get over the line? Maybe the confidence of him actually being a Premier League champion will force him to be like, you know what, let's play a little better. Let's play the type of football that looks more like Gabriel Jesus' goal today versus play the type of football that produces the own goal from the wicket, where we looks like we're relying on set pieces. Because Gabriel Jesus' goal was a bad boy goal. He does these in games, especially games when we're ahead. When we're leading in the games and he can move freely and he's about, and yeah, he's good in that capacity. Where he's able to do that first touch with the trap to keep the defender at bay. He knows that he wants to go to his right, but trap, pause, bang. That kind of fluidity. Did Chelsea score? No. Game close. Goddamn Bowen giving the ball away. Dangerous spot. Cucurella on the overlap. Plays it in. And Liam Delap puts it wide. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, let the play resemble more like that goal or even the one that we missed in like the 87th minute with the build-up. Make us resemble that. That's our DNA, in it. Big up to Gary. Sacks. I can't lie. Gyökeres is underwhelming. He takes too much time to shoot, and defenders catch him up when he runs off the shoulder. I see that chance. I hear that chance. Yeah, and that's the thing. He scores that, then Wahaha wouldn't be saying that the game is dead. So you see how fine the margins are. But then it's other than the goal, what did he do? Well, if you're a striker, there is no other than the goal, because that's the thing that we criticize them for, doing or not doing. But yeah, he looked at the score sheet, man, and he saw Owen goalless on the score sheet, and he was like, nah, I'm not gonna be outdone today. Even if it's a clunky shot that comes off my shin, I'm here for it. That's it. West Ham forwards, and they've equalized. Looks like, well, not equalized. Looks like Chelsea are back in the game. As soon as I take João Pedro out my FPL, that fucking scores. Thickhead. Long dick style. This guy, you know. Rustin, you're learning the hard way that you don't sub your starters in the Prem in late January against any opposition. Now he's bringing out the Armada second half. I think someone got injured for him to bring on Pedro Neto in the first half. Oh, that's a good header. He went up there for that. All right, y'all. That's a good goal. Good finish. Jimmy. Okay. Makes sense now. Yeah, most of his work was slept on because they didn't sell well, you know, and plus he didn't have like a big following, you know. Nas has never sold, you know, crazy numbers. That's why everyone said he was a sleeping giant. Then Jay-Z decided to go fuck with him. He was minding his own business. And then he turned around and got ethered. You know what I mean? West Ham are playing a beautiful move. Could have been 3. And this is what happens, isn't it? You know, you don't take your chances and bang! Chelsea is back in the game and now it's squeaky bum time. I just found out the channel. I just found that channel and subbed. I saw that D-Man, Newcastle fan, has been on it too, but there's been, yeah. So that was the first live stream. That was the first one. That was the inaugural one. And then he posted the J. Cole free mixtape on there, which has like 26,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. This is a way out of it I am. Listen, the alarm bell didn't ring. The alarm bell didn't fucking ring. That E. Ross been in here for 10 goddamn minutes and I didn't see it. Goddamn. Please forgive me, sir. Terrible host today. But big up to E. Ross for on the 4-0 win.
Maybach music.
Finally the herbs come around. Me get it by the phone, yeah. Come, Mr. Talent, Mr. Summer ganja planter. Ganja farmer. Deep down in the air, excuse me while I lock my spirits.
Out in the street, they call it murder. Maybach music.
Yes, sir. Big up to Mr. Pat still. Which hip hop duo used the original Nostradamus beat? You know, that's a good question. You know, was that EPMD? Was it EPMD? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eric Sermon and what's his name? Aging myself here, but don't remember. Oh, okay. You're talking about the West Ham game. Where are we at? Big up to Gary. Gary, what you telling me? You happy, yeah? Big up to Gary, man. Happy that we are. It was a goal difference game. This is the type of game you used to run up your goal difference. You know what I mean? Hey, man, solid victory. All right, well, haha. The game was dead, man. It was a dead game. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Dead game of football. The game was dead. I could see that the game was dead, man. But I'll take it, yeah? Pick up to Broski. Aaron. Mikael wants his point guards to rebound. I hear you. So does Luis Enrique, by the way. Every top manager does nowadays. But yeah, Eze may need to be a luxury player there. Now, I understand what the modern day coaches and thing that you're talking about, Jacques. My problem with it is you can't lead with that. You can't. Because I promise you, Steve Kerr doesn't give a damn if Steph gets 0 rebounds. He doesn't. Doesn't care, nor should he. He shouldn't care, brother. Yeah, Steph shouldn't. It's not his primary role is to score the 3. Shoot first. So I get it, but it's a part of. what he should be doing. Can't lead with that. And I don't think as a defensive frailties are that far off in comparison to Odegaard's or Havertz's. Like, what was Havertz out there doing today? Was he pressing or was he creating? I'm inclined to believe you start Eze instead of Havertz. The result more than likely is the same or even better because he's a better creator than Havertz. Big up to Aaron, man. Aaron went to the game today as well. I think he did. I think he went to the game. Don't let me lie to you, bro. But the lethal reaction looked like you were coming from the game. Yeah, man, that's what happens. You do not take your chances, and they come and bite you in the ass. We got to remember that Nas basically came out at the MJ level to write Illmatic at 16 Insanity. Yeah, it was. Matter of fact, I didn't truly appreciate that album until I was way older. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, and to think that he did all that at 16. 16, I was trying to round third base, bruv. Yeah, man, big up to the Don. Okay. Hey, I wasn't sure. You know those double jeopardy questions, and you're like, if I'm not sure of this answer, but this answer fits the bill of the team, the duo that would use it. Yep. Got it, man. Got it. Let the funk flow. Okay. Hey, King Dollars. Hey, all right, man. Big up to Dow, my guy. Matter of fact, Dow, we got to revisit what we talked about yesterday about Odegaard starting / not starting on the American Idiot show. Yeah, must. Yeah, man, definitely classics, absolute classics. I see he pulled. Did he? No way. It worked. Now he's vindicated. He is vindicated with that substitution because, yeah, man, Garnacho. I'll defer to United fans with that shit there. And who he brought on? Was it Pedro Neto? I mean, not Pedro. João Pedro or Garnacho. Oh, Cucurella came on. He made 3 changes at halftime. Okay. Bold. Big up to the general. Manners and respect. Hope you're good, my brother. Mikhail was smelling colors today, says that. And the doc was on the preview show with Rashid, by the way, as well, people. It's a wicked watch. I think it's on like 4K views right now. So the numbers is doing justice to the video. Big up BBK in the chat. Good result. Glad to have been wrong, but we need some damn consistency over a run of games. Now, as I look at what we've got. Sunderland, Brentford, Tottenham, Chelsea. Win all of those. I think we'll win all of those. We could be opening the gap because the gap is going back to 4 tomorrow, people. I'm sorry. I know there is some lost hope, some prayers that Tottenham can do the bogey thing. No, the bogey thing already happened. It happened back in August. The business end of the season, there's this idea that Tottenham every season just roll over Man City regardless of when it was not. Normally when it's January on, City win. They did the bogey thing. They did it back in August, the 2-0. Even years ago, they beat them 4-0. But that was in like October or some shit. The early part of the season when City aren't really City-ing. They're taking all 3 points tomorrow. That shit is going back to 4. Maybe the following week at Anfield, our friend that's LFC Monster can do us a solid. And we can sneak out of there with them. Versus Sunderland or whatever. And boost the lead that way. But listen, there's no hope. Tottenham they're getting their prostate checked tomorrow. No lube. You know what I mean? I was wrong as fuck. I predicted a loss. Arteta got it done. Well done, Arteta. Predicted a squeaky 1-0 win, so I can't be on here. That's why I didn't lead with the top. It's just us. I said a 1-0 just. We can finish from Zubimendi, by the way. But when the delivery is on point, makes it very easy for you to finish it, isn't it? So, but I don't know what the keeper was doing for that one. I can't put that down to anything other than, damn, Tati should have scored there. You can't put that anything other than a mental block, knowing that Arsenal have a corner. And man just chucked the ball. Where he chucked that ball in his net, that should have got an assist. Okay, Shitten's got hooked and cooked. Areola, what a save, Caicedo. 93 babies. That's that's your generation, you know. So, okay, so you're barely even. Yeah, can't do the age shaming, you know. Some dappings going on. Big up the man, that man. Manners and respect. Now, the Eze thing, right? If I know you have to be a professional at all times, be professional about your business, be professional about your thing whenever your number is called upon. Nani was professional today. Wasn't named in the team sheet. Probably know he wasn't going to start. You know what I mean? But was ready, was prepared, got in there, took his opportunity. It's Chelsea equalized, yeah? 2-2. Yeah. That's what happens. Up 2-0, supposed to go 3. Doesn't happen. But back to the Eze thing, because I really think it's going to be a problem. If you're Eze, you're a professional athlete, I get it. But then if you're Eze, if you're MLS, if you're one of these French players, so to speak, and then you look at the manager's lineup. If you're Skelly and Calafiori's hurt and Capia is hurt, that shit ain't even come on the screen yet. That's how far behind I am, y'all. Yeah. And Capia is hurt. He plays an unfit Benjamin White on the right wing and move Timber in your spot. So if the damn manager is willing to move the best right back out of his position to not play you, if you're a Skelly, that should annoy you. It should. And if it doesn't, you don't have anything about you, mate. You know what I'm saying? Can't believe West Ham let someone who celebrates like a penguin score on them. Man does a penguin dance, you know? That's a unintended watch a lot. I just came on here to big up Yak and big up Zubi and Nani. Even Jesus. Because I have to go play I got to go play coach and all that shit down at the pitch in a minute, because it's only 11 o'clock here. My time zone, it's only 11 o'clock where I am. But you're Kelly and you see that, you're like, oh, shit, what do I have to do to get it? I just have to wait? Okay. But if you're Eze and you see against Bournemouth, you don't even touch pitch after not being an unused sub for 4 games, and Odegaard comes off and he brings on Mikel Merino. And then Odegaard is so out of form, everyone sees it, and the manager can't hide it anymore. He pulls him out. And then he stops. Havertz can't complete 90 minutes of football right now because he's not fit. So if you're Eze, you're like, bro, fucking Eze, unfit Havertz, a slowest snail, Merino, are ahead of me in the pecking order in the creative space. If you're Eze, that mentally will fuck with you. Now he knows that he doesn't play in the summer. He knows. Just based on the minutes. Like, is Cole Palmer still on the pitch for Chelsea right now? Cole Palmer still on the pitch, yeah? If Cole Palmer completes 90 minutes today, with his injuries, he may then be close to, if not on par, may have surpassed Eze's minutes total. So based on minutes played alone, Eze is not going to the World Cup. He's not. But take the minutes aside. Then you have Morgan Rogers. You have Cole Palmer. You have Phil Foden. You have all these other guys in a creative space. How do you go from goddamn Ross? Where did I just see it? Where did I just see the big fish, small pond? I swear I just seen it. Oh, no, it wasn't Ross. It was Darren that said it. Big fish in a small pond, like Dwight Howard going from Orlando to the Lakers. Big fish, small pond. How do you leave Palace? Go to Arsenal and play less. For that type of money anyway. And the minutes have been there to be had. And you didn't even drop out of form to be dropped. Odegaard just got fit. You know what I mean? You're never late, bro. You get here when you get here. As long as the live is still on. You good. We will be back tomorrow as well. But I'm saying, you draw back and you be like, bro, you're a professional athlete. You're on bag. I hear that. But he came here to play football. Not to be fourth choice. To Odegaard, to Marino, Havertz, then me. Now, I had to be clear on the panel and remind the man them that this Kai Havertz in midfield experiment has already failed us. I know it feels good because it's new and it's recent. This is the classic prisoner of the moment. Prisoner of the moment thing against Kairat Almighty. He was good. He was brilliant. But you're supposed to be when there's a gulf in class. When you're first versus worst. You're a top, they're 36, they're winless. There's supposed to be a gulf in class. Your second fiddle, your third, fourth fiddle to that. Mentally deflated. It will reflect in your performance somehow. Now, it's still his responsibility to snap out of it because the writing is on the wall now, people. Against Liverpool, he got what, 12 minutes? Came in the 79th minute. Forrest the same, 78th, 79th minute. Today, he came around the same, the 80th minute. So, my brother, you're going to be getting 10 to 12 minutes per game. That's not getting you to the World Cup. 10 to 12 minutes. How do you affect the game? You're just going to have to come out. Because at this point, it's clear that he's not going to play you. So you might as well do what the hell you want whenever you're on the pitch, especially when we're up by 3-4 goals. And show the world that you still got it. The manager just prefers keep the tempo and keep it ticking type thing. You know? But I hear that this is what it looks like, but I don't think this is all the way true. Because I don't think there is an emotional attachment between Odegaard and Mikel Arteta. Luis Enrique don't have that. Xavi Alonso, no other manager. So a new manager comes in, it's done. All of a sudden, he's not a favorite. All of a sudden, Havertz is not a favorite. So he might be made for the big pond or the lake, the Great Lake. But Arteta fucking up the boat. The coach is wrecking the player confidence as it's just getting bin minutes for no reason. How do you score a North London derby and don't play for a month? And the captain, it's kind of like Kobe Bryant, the GOAT conversation. He had the unfortunate, not even the GOAT conversation, in the all-time 11, if you're going position for position. Point guard, shooting guard, whatever. Any other position he played, he would probably be there or thereabouts. But the fact that he played shooting guard, he's always going to be behind Mike. You know, there's a whole bunch of debate at the point guard position between Steph and Stockton and Magic and all these men. There's no debate at the number 2 spot, unfortunately. So when the number 1 guy is so solid, and by the number 1 guy, I mean the captain is so solid because he has the manager's favor, they will always be second. Well, I can't even say second now. We've already established that he's 4th choice. It's mad. It's mad, brother. So they tried, but I'm fire resistant. Yeah, the press, man. The full court press. Kai didn't do anything. Not my savior. Don't play Odegaard. We play differently. It's really simple. Yeah. So that book is out. That book has been established. That's 100%. Now, do anyone believes versus Chelsea? He doesn't play him. By him, I'm talking about Odegaard here. Chelsea, a semifinal for the right to play in a final. Your captain doesn't start. That's where we're at with it. Nah, that can't happen. He starts. Zimmerman, right? So it's his go-to. 100%. Now, we can go from a high of 4-0 to a crash out. What is it, Tuesday? The 3rd? February 3rd, that's when we play? Tuesday or Wednesday? The second leg, because we have to lose the second leg to get knocked out. You draw, we're in the final. So we have a situation where if he lets his favoritism cost us the chance to play in a final, sackable. Didn't take long, did it? I didn't even see him. I didn't notice him out there. I think I saw him on the ground one time when he drew a foul. But little did we know. We did know. 0 Premier League home wins for us in 2026. Didn't even know that. But I did see something at the beginning of the run talking about we had 4 home games away because we played 9 games this month. I think. The month of January, we played 9 games in all competition. It started on January 3rd with Bournemouth, 3-2 win. That's the game that Marino came on instead of Eze, by the way. And today we ended the month with a 4-0 win. It ain't. Even though it was a 4-0. The reason I predicted a 1-0, I didn't expect us to see a golfing class between first place and 16th. And another interesting point that we look at, right? After we drew the Forest, people were talking up Forest. Forget their league position. They're a good team. Well, today, 16th. We made them look like a 16th place team. But we were meant to be the Forest, who were lower at the time, or 17th. We're meant to talk them up now. Your position in match week 22, 23, the table ain't gonna lie to you. You kind of fit where the hell you belong. Eze needs to be played out wide. I wanted to start him instead of Theo. At this point, I think Eze would be grateful to be on the pitch because he may just have a puncher's chance of getting in the England squad if he gets his minutes up. But based off minutes alone, man, like Tuchel made it clear, said it publicly. When the coach says it publicly, he's sending a message to the players. Hey, work it out with your coach. If you're fit, because I don't have time to get you in shape. When you get here, I got to work on tactics, formations, and strategy. You need to be in shape for that. If I got to worry about your conditioning 2 weeks before we go into the tournament, no, I can't. Doing a disservice to his players. No player is scared of the limelight. Just poor management. I don't think he's scared. The final at Wembley is a pretty big stage to me. We haven't been there in a while. In what, 6 years he's been to Wembley? It's a pretty big stage, and he shined bright on the stage. Scored in a final to give Palace their first trophy. And how long? May have been forever. So there's no way minutes away at Ellen Road is too big for him. I hope that United loss really slapped some sense into Mikel, but nope, I don't think so. Big up to Pro, man. Hope you're good, my guy. It's a top best signing ever. Yep. So the thing is, York saw Owen goals and was like, nah, I need to bang. I need to bang. As they didn't play for a month, coach tried to phase out his style of play for his favorites, Jesus, Kai, and Odegaard. All of them do not need to start. they can win you at campaign. They can't win you campaign and starters. That's what I'm on. We've seen that movie before. You know, we've seen it. And imagine Kai gets the nod ahead of Eze again in the semifinal. Captain bench in the semifinal, and then Havertz gives us another stinker versus his former team. Right? It's mad. Right. Hey, another thing, right? So we heard that we know the news of Saka now. It's a hip injury. I haven't heard how long. But now we find ourselves in a situation where Nani Madueke, starting right winger for Arsenal Football Club, only right winger for Arsenal Football Club. None, you know. We just let Ethan go. I think Ethan started today for Marseille. I think someone told me that he started today. Can have a quick look. But our right wing depth, Nani picks up a knock. Now what? Have we ever seen Ethan play out wide? Oh, shit. Yes, we did last year. And did very well out there, didn't he? So if there's anyone who didn't believe that Ethan going out doesn't make our squad weaker, you're lying to yourself. Because it does. Because who plays on the wing now if Nani gets injured? Trossard or Martinelli? We've seen that movie again already. This is a damning accusation, Jacques. Jacques Cousteau. Top Gun energy is easily snuffed out around these parts. Nonsense, Darren. Eze on the left flank works. That's where Yacht goes comes from against Forest. That was his first assist one time. So here's the thing, right? The thing with Eze, I think Eze can play left wing. I don't love him there. He can do a job left wing, but full time he is a creative player. He's the Cam that drifts left. You know, he's not an out and out winger. And even in the Villa game, I think his defensive lapse showed that. But I don't think that one defensive lapse means that you get banished out the squad to the point you're only getting 10 minutes. You're Eze, you're in your prime. You're 27 years old, bro. You don't have time to be playing these stupid fucking games with Mikel. Wasting your prime years being taught a lesson because Matty Cass scored a goal over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Man, my big man, brethren. These aren't kids. Man, my big man. He's 28. Gabriel is 28 in his prime. Eze, you don't have time to be fucking around with Mikel and all that. There were good actions against Newcastle away. There was. And this is where I'm at. I think he just drifts left. But he looks better at the wing because when Martinelli, you even remember the Liverpool game, Martinelli started left wing and was so poor there. When Eze came on with 2 touches and got by his man, everyone was like, shit, imagine 90 minutes of that. Versus 90 minutes of stop, go, hezzies, trying to get by your man and never had. Spurs are getting pumped tomorrow, I see. Them men are getting bent over. Like Brother Waffle Down said, them men already got their cheeks open. They're getting slapped. If Odie thought we're not doing anything, I told man he's a bench player. Today was a perfect role for him. Yeah. Comes on when we're up 2-0 and the task at hand is don't go win us the game, just don't lose us the game. Don't cost us the damn game. Yeah? That was a similar task at hand. Don't go win us the game, but don't go lose us the game versus Carrier. And goddamn, he tried. Because we conceded. A little harsh putting that on him. But you know what I'm saying. When you putting Odegaard on when the task at hand is not to go win you the game, he can be useful. Will not. Cannot. Will not. Not gonna do it. Eze ain't doing anything with this manager. Yeah, 10 minutes, bro. 10 minutes, Eros. He's like, well, For the 10 minutes that I'm on the pitch, we may have the ball for 5 or 6 minutes of it. Because we can keep the ball. Plus, Leeds are in full-blown damage limitation mode because they're down 4 goals. What am I meant to do out here? Am I meant to do out here and just keep the minutes in Odegaard's legs fresh and Havertz? I'm just here as a relief pilot for these men. You know, the captain. Odegaard's the captain. Havertz is the first officer. I'm just the relief pilot. I'm here in case they need me. You know, one of them man get food poisoning, I have to step up. I need to be on the controls, bro. I need flight time. Real flight time. Today, Leeds didn't know what to do because they planned to use Odegaard and Saka for press triggers. They weren't there today, so they didn't know what to do. Imagine that. Imagine that. A direct nunny running at them, man. These guys, you know. Fuck the football. I swear. These men, legendary, you know. Legendary. It's still 2-2, yeah. They didn't fuck this up because a 2-2 is still a bad result for Chelsea, isn't it? A 2-2 for Chelsea puts them what? Still keeps them in 4th for now. But then, man, you imagine Man United. Oh, because Man United was ahead of him yesterday. Okay. Man United had been ahead of Chelsea. Yeah, Man United back in it. Go ahead of Chelsea. What did I have for Man United prediction yesterday? 2-2 I got. Okay, good. See what I'm saying for tomorrow still. I'm tired of seeing Leo's faint, full stop, miss pass routine. Bring on a dribbler. Didier won me a World Cup with Matuidi left wing. Just try something else. So the thing is, with Trossard, that the book is out, and he's having a hard time shaking the idea that you get the best out of Trossard, 1, when he comes on, and 2, when he doesn't play for a game or 2. He needs to be hungry. Because when he is hungry and when he needs to be, either Trossard is really good at handling criticism or he is real good at handling praise. Because whenever he comes on and he bangs and everyone says he's the best finisher at the club, left foot, right foot, all that stuff, it's cool. He cooks. He does. But when you reward him and you praise him and you give him the praise in the form of a start, he reminds you why he doesn't start very many games. Especially in the league. In Europe, different. Just like Martinelli. But Spurs getting slapped up. I'm thinking 4. I think City are going to do to them, man, what Leeds did to us. They're going to go on the road. They'll be like, Arsenal, we see your 4-0 on the road, and I'm going to raise you a 4-0 at the toilet bowl. Going to blitz him. Listen, Captain Erling Haaland, if he's in your fantasy team, captain him. If you haven't used your triple captain already, do it. Why didn't we sign Palmer? Man followed him since the academy, knew he would be world class. Because we had Saka and Odegaard. You know? Mateo said West Ham winning this 3-2. But then Hendo says 3-2 Chelsea. Oh, Lord. Don't tell me Chelsea did the remontada. Who scored for Chelsea? Enzo, the shirt off, wins it in 90 plus 2 minutes. Yeah, listen, people. I said before in the beginning of the stream, in case you missed it, I didn't want Chelsea to lose this game. And I know it sounds weird, and if Chelsea lost this game 4-0, we won our game 4-0. Even if Chelsea lost this game 2-0 and we won our game 4-0, we're going in on a high. Chelsea coming in off a dead performance. They're dangerous. Yeah. it would be the perfect, story going. Arsenal top of the league, leading the leg 3-2, coming in. Chelsea, everyone writes them off after a shit performance today versus West Ham if they should lose. Now they've won the game, so now they're coming in confident, and our boys know that they're coming in confident. Focus. Now poor West Ham. Now big up to Tony from Hammers Football TV. But West Ham, no, fuck them. No, brother. You can't be leading 2-0 on the road and then let that slip. I call that. Big up to Tony, but goddamn, I just think of Lawless. I can't stand that motherfucker, but Lawless, yeah? He deserves this. Yeah, Enzo. Did I have Enzo in my fantasy team? No, I didn't. Ain't it funny how we had Odegaard? This game looked so easy, clean sheets, without 8 starting. We weren't stressed out. We weren't under any pressure. Simple, professional away home game performance. Away from home performance. I agree. Had I known that Odegaard wouldn't start, I probably wouldn't have predicted a 1-0. But I was hand on heart, I was 100% sure he was going to start. I didn't think Mikel had it in him to drop him. But then he drops Odegaard, but he didn't really drop him, did he? Because there's a caveat. You know what I mean? He dropped him for his other favorite. Dropped, if you will, rotate. Didn't drop him for the guy who better there. So, yeah, this is what I need. I said Benzo. So that's what it is, Gunnar SE. They had the chance to go 3-0 up, end up losing the game 3-2. Or do they have an equalizer in them? This is bad. Nuno, should they sack him? They could pull the plug on him tonight and be like, yeah, man, this was the best away performance you've had in a while and lost. Oh, yeah. They're hyped. That's what I need. I don't need them as a wounded animal losing and everywhere, and no one thinks they have a chance. Now that people actually believe they have a chance, expectations are on them. Yeah? When players have expectation on them, they play differently versus when they don't. Big up to AC always with in goalless jersey. When Odegaard and Saka don't play, we are quicker. If Noni Madueke just make your mind up and give it a go. Get a shot on target. He doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't know how the hell Nani has all the directness of a winger that you would, cook your man, and then do that fuckery. Yeah, man, that guy, he's just winds me up. He's another rival that has more hate for Arsenal than love for his own club. He probably is not even doing a watch along for this. They're fighting. Baby oil. Adama getting the baby oil. Sanchez got somebody chokehold. Adama. That damn Adama Traore looks like he can bench press a school bus, You the type of motherfucker I get into it with, I'm just going to shoot him. I'm not trying to tussle with a motherfucker that's built like Adama. I'm going to shoot you. Closet Chelsea fan, that's Wahaha, The Garnacho arrested for the cup. I think he does, Eros. The spectacle. Mikel is all about image and PR and all that stuff. It's a bad look that you're in a semifinal, you have a healthy captain, and he doesn't start. I was looking at him when he came on to see if he was going to go straight to Gabriel and take the armband. But he didn't. I think eventually he started wearing it. But, yeah, he came on, give him an armband, I'm still the captain. That guy. You have to get us into the final. You know what I'm saying? The manager will die on the Odegaard hill. He's bringing him on over Eze again. Yeah, it's mad. Didn't love that. And I love the result. Don't get me wrong. I love the result and the tactical this and the tactical that. However, I do believe that he is going to lose Eze mentally. He will. And then at some point this season, you are going to need him because Odegaard is not going to hit form or the form that we need. He is not. He's the reason why Eze is here. Because we know that you've had 3 chances at this. You failed. So just running them out there or bringing Havertz back into the midfield it's not a good one for me. I don't know it, man. I don't know. Adama is going Hulk on Chelsea players. She's definitely gets sent off. See, this is why he used to put on the baby oil before he came on the pitch. No one can grab him. I'm surprised he didn't. He's a unit, bro. He went defensive after not sure. Liam made he made 3 subs at halftime social. He brought on, I think Gittins got hurt in the first half. He had to take him off anyway. But he made, I think he made 3 subs at halftime. Let me just pull it up here just so I don't lie. Yeah, he brought on Cucurella, Fofana, and Yao Pedro at halftime. Hato, hooked. Badia shit, man. Oh, Lord. Hooked. And Garnacho hooked, like Waha says, for the cup. Yeah, but this guy, I don't. Ever since dude said Martial was better than Mbappe, he kind of lost. I don't know how many followers he lost that day, but he lost a whole lot of credibility. Like him, I don't know if he does. He still that show? Does he still do that show with Expressions? Him and Expressions used to do like a weekend show where they go through all the fixtures, where it was like X telling all the jokes and Rance there trying to be funny along with him. And it just doesn't land the same, Adam threw Cucurella like he was throwing trash. Yeah, bro. He's the type of motherfucker that you just have to stab him with your ratchet knife. He's a 3-star. I'm just, boss on envying them or something. Not going out here throwing. He is I guarantee that boy can bench a school bus. They should have been 3-0 up and even 3-2 up. But football is cruel like that, Part of you love it. You love it when it's not your team, innit? You love it when it's not your team, and you love it when it's a team that's supported by a motherfucking wind-up like Lawless. You're like, yeah, hold that. But Tony, I'm sorry. Tony from West Ham's TV people. I'm sorry, Tony, because Tony is a great lad. So who's all booked now? Who's all booked out, people? Let me see. Oh, Tebow. So, damn, Traore didn't get a red. No. They could retroactively ban, man. They don't need to hold the game up for this type of shit. Let the league office go through the tape, and then, men can get retroactive suspensions and all this shit. But don't hold up the game for the lead ref to go over there and be judge, jury, and, they need to fix that up. Just give it, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I want to see. The FA headquarters in fucking wherever their headquarters is. Yeah, sort that out. The NBA has a digital review center in Secaucus, New Jersey. They don't need to stop the game for every damn one. Yeah, they're going. Well, still a little too early, still, but it's not a good look. It's Burnley, Wolves, and then these men are mad. I feel bad for West Ham. I always rate them. Yeah. Are you the co-host of the? No, it's Cav from the Red Pitch podcast. He's a diehard hip hop fan, But throughout so we recorded a long episode, but he had to chop it up into 2, part 1 and part 2. And he's been asking to do a hip hop podcast for a while. It's the only time he and I can get along, because Cav is a full-blown Top Gooner. I won't even say, like we talk about Jacques is not a Top Gooner, may have Top Gooner energy, blah. Cav is a Top Gooner. He is. He's not even Top Gooner energy. loves Mikhail, says what the club says. Just, he's a top booner. But when it comes to the music, he and I can agree because we can. It's the only podcast he and I have ever been on where we didn't fight or argue over some shit. Oh, he missed this dross. So later there will be a reaction. So I am gonna go see Tony later whenever he does his reaction and see what he says. Yeah, I will be there, man. I'll definitely be on the cold corner. He just had an operation, so he won't record this week. But yeah, there was so much because he sent me an itinerary, bro. I'm like, bro, this is too much. It's too much to do for. So we'll get back to the rest of the stuff. We might even have to do it here. We're gonna do a live version of it, or I'll tell him to do like a multicast stream where I can stream it on my audience and we do it as a live show. But it can't be on a day when the game is on, If West Ham go down, rub me and Bowen. I think Bowen signed like a 9-year deal or something. He signed one of them death contracts not too long ago. So yeah, man, shit like this. So the cold corner, as we go along, we'll have all these discussions. Big up to E. Ross, man. That's a hell of a sense of it. I believe you. I definitely believe you. Big up, Jacques, man. When the semifinal, my ankles healed up, I'm back on football on Tuesdays. We played Chelsea on February 3rd. I think the 4th is Wednesday, so I think it's Tuesday. But either way, man, we're in a final, guys. I'm putting the pressure on the boys because we can't be up in a game. So picture us 1-0 up at the Emirates. Right, 3-2, 1-0, whatever, at the Emirates on Tuesday. Just don't lose this. Let's do what you do best, Mikhail. Well, I don't even know if that sounds right. I was about to say set up for a draw, but shit, man. Whenever he set up for a draw, we know how that usually ends. I think last year I wanted him and Mbumo. I think either one of them would be quality depth on our wings with Saka. I wouldn't be fussed which one starts. But now with Saka out with his hip injury, I mean, this could be any. Now, fortunately, we don't play Champions League football. We don't play for like 40 days, right? So call today 1 February. I think Champions League football is March 10th. So we're like 40 days for Saka because you take Saka out, Nani Madueke, the only starting right winger we have at the football club, and the guy that could play there is playing for Marseille today. It's funny being called a top gooner and must have tapped him out to being called Abati, man. It's not a good look. Not around these parts. Top gooner energy. It's no good. It's sinking our club. We must win on Tuesday, says Normski. Absolute must. And it's one of them ones where you say, don't lose the game, and we're in the final. Don't make a meal of this. Because we get to the final. The minute that final whistle blows, whoever is live, go over there, you'll find board 10 with quad in all caps. All caps, We know one of the man pan with yes. Oh, Jenna, my God. Yeah. From Gabon. Gabon. Okay. I'm newly divorced. Maybe, brother, don't you dare. Don't do it. Brother, no. That's for you're newly divorced. You should stay single forever. You should only do that shit once. I tell my wife all the time, this shit don't work out, there is no second, third wife. Hell no. I'm not jumping from one goddamn life sentence to another. Hell no. Remain a free agent, Jock. Do not do it. Don't. Because, but you go down there. You might come back married and big butty gal. Hey, Aaron will tell you, man. They get a hold of it. If they know you're looking for a wife, you're gone. You're caught, bro. You're caught. They know you're looking for one. So don't put this energy back out there talking about you might find. Yeah. Down there just slanging. Man need help. Man need help. Young and married, moves to Japan for the ex-missus for 3 years. Hell of a sentence. I hear you. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it, man. I'm telling you, do not get back into it. Give yourself some breathing room. Don't do it. 3 years. You need no rebound chick. Get it all out your system. This guy here.
Real bad man.
He got 23. He doesn't have 50. He has 23, but that's a lot. Social. What we saying for pool? I say pool 2-1. That's what I'm saying. I think pool edge them. Newcastle hasn't won at Anfield in a long time, you know. It's been a long time since Newcastle got a result down there. I think if Isak was playing and Liverpool were at full strength and Newcastle at full, Newcastle faithful would have been up for this one. It would have been a nasty game of football. But Newcastle, very inconsistent team. Liverpool with the home. I think they have a spell in the game where they actually do well. But I think Liverpool squeak by this. I don't think Liverpool will put down a great performance. We need a great performance from Liverpool next week. So if Liverpool can shithouse the win today, cool. But next week is where we need them to perform when they get the big blue shark coming to town. That's when we need them. Yeah. Was the problem back in there real bad, man, proper. He was in there are certain parts where, you know, if you had to see him, talk to him, meet him, you had to go through like a barricade. You know, you had this buffer of security to go through, talk to the boss. Then you had another one and another one. Before you got to him, you were so secluded. Had you at his mercy. 1 year without Pum Pum, I'm taking a break. New York will take care of me, right? Avoid them damn, because you know, New York is littered with them damn, you know, island women, you know, the Bajan gal them, the Jamaican, the Trini gal them, you know, they're up. You know, go up to the Bronx and get you a Boricua. But nah, don't do that because they're violent. They'll fuck around and stab you when you sleep. You know. These monthly elevator checks gonna be a penny or two. But tell you just gonna quit his job. You know. No striker. Newcastle. Did they start Whistle today over Long Dick Nick? Because I don't know what's going on with that. Walter Martin started well. What time is it? Damn, it's 20 minutes to the game. What the fuck? So what's wrong with Whistle? Johan Whistle is on the bench. Nick Walter on the bench. Is man doing an Arteta? Are they on overload from the Champions League or something? Maybe that, man, I don't know. Maybe it's a minutes thing. Because Wissa is coming back from injury and that. But he rather. So, okay, something's going on here. I'm going to have to ask D-Man. I'm going to ask Dreadman from, D-Man from Dreadman TV about this. Because, I don't know, this is some Ten Hag shit. Didn't Ten Hag start someone other than one of the strikers that he had on the bench the game that you needed to win and didn't? Yeah, it's just crazy. As my flying instructor used to say to me, if it flies, floats, or fucks, it's better to rent than to buy. See, these are words to live by, you know. It's better to rent than to buy. See, you know, I didn't I didn't get told this early enough. No comment. No comment. Uh, Man City will be. Hey, the original front to go to Dan Gargan. Real bad man. Yeah, man. Yeah, Normski. Yep. I need them up for that game. We need them next week to make themselves useful. Dominicano, yeah. They're not as violent as the Boricuas. The Boricuas will stab you, bro. They will wake you up and stab you. They won't even let you sleep. They will wake you up to let you know you're being stabbed. I'm about to stab you. Then put that damn blade so far in your back. Unpopular opinion, but Queens did the most for the genre. If you look at it, they produced the best artists compared to the other boroughs. It is an unpopular opinion. And you know what, Mr. Pads? I'm going to take a snapshot of this and I'm going to run it by it because this is one of the things that we could talk about. It's a great discussion. Because, you know, you look at Brooklyn, we're talking about Biggie, we're talking about Hove, we're talking about Fabulous. Queens, you're talking about Nas, 50 Cent. Yeah, you got brother. Even LL came from Queens, you know? So yeah, it doesn't sound as when you deep it and you peel the layers back, it's not as controversial, but I hear you. BBK, I remember when Cartel kicked Ninja Man out. Yeah, that was 2003. I was there for that. That brother don't even know how dead he was, man. Brother, he had to go on he had to do it publicly. And from what Vibes Cartel was then to what he is now, imagine someone kicking Cartel on stage now. They would have to do the same thing. But Ninja Man didn't, hit the heights that, yeah. But yeah, I was there. That was 2003, Boxing Day 2003. Matter of fact, that was my first time going back to Jamaica in like 4 years. Because I hadn't gone back since 99. And I went back that year and I went that. Remember that one. Hey, yeah, man. I dabble in the music a little bit. We're on 18 damn likes, an hour and a half in. Is that what we're doing? Is everyone over by who's live right now? That got all the likers. Right, y'all did me dirty today, man. Okay, I see everybody's live. That's why. See Latvian is live. Jimmy Spliff, Lee Gunner, Captain Guns. Captain Guns is live with Aaron. Okay, that's why no one's here. I get it. It's cool. You know what? Big up to y'all still, man. Big up to y'all. Let me just do this real quick. Since y'all want to fuck around with the likes. We're gonna I wasn't supposed to be here this long, y'all. I'm gonna get off here. My phone has died. They're gonna call me and be like, "What happened, Chief? Where you been? We've been waiting on you." But I do need to get to the field, y'all. So what I'm doing is I'm putting Latvian Gooner's link in the redirect. And let me see what we got. Boricuas are on set. They're violent, bro. They will stab you. Just growing up with them fuckers, man. They are, yep. Yeah, big up to the Boricuas, but them fuckers, they cook some good, but it's death for breakfast. They will give you some sex for dinner, but it's death for breakfast. I heard, why buy the milk? Why buy the cow when the milk is free? You know what I'm saying? That's the game. It's nip, tuck, give and take, yuck. And Yuck scored. He found himself today. He found his shooting boots. Got himself a gun, and at the top, it's just us.
At the top, it's just us. At the top, it's just us.
And even with his late goal to make it 4-0, because he had missed the header right before he got there, even Gabriel Jesus looked like he found his form with the chopping and changing. He has found his form.
Yeah, we're in our top form.
Top farm. Yeah, I predicted a 1-0 win, people. So when we get 3 extra goals, I can work with it. Of course. Matter of fact, he's here in Seattle next month. He's performing. That's what I'm saying. That his legacy in the early. We're in 2026 and he is still performing, and it's selling out of theater. You know what I mean? Big up to you, man. Big up to every one of you absolute legends. Hey, welcome to Jamrock. You know how the business go, my brother. Yeah, man, welcome. Oh, shit, that's the wrong welcome. Having the howling. I'm doing the yucca-res.
Out in the street, they call it
yeah. Either probably the best diss tracks ever. Nah, it's Ether. Ether became a verb, bro. Like we actually discussed this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tag the Unapologetic podcast in this one as well, because it's away from the football. It's a good talking point, because we're gonna be doing a lot of topics on there. Ether became a verb. You Taibo ho, 36 in a karate class. You Taibo ho. You trying to kick knowledge? Nah, I'm trying to kick that shit you need to learn though. The ether, the shit that make your soul burn slow. See, people didn't even know what ether meant. Like I know dumb motherfuckers in Brooklyn who had to go in the dictionary and look up the word ether. You know what I mean? And it became a verb. You know, like when Blake Griffin had dunked on someone from the Clippers, a guy named Timothy Mozgov, back in the day when Blake used to jump over motherfuckers. I know Wahaha would appreciate or remember this. Timothy Mozgov. It became a verb that you got Mozgoved. In a rap battle, when you got bodied, you got ethered, bruv. You got ethered. Too short. Bitch. House. Too Short's favorite words, you know. Ethan Smith Rowe is out here. Yeah, there's a decent sized Caribbean community in Seattle. Is there? It was bigger my first tour. I don't think they like the weather here. When I was here from 2013 to 2016, we used to have Caribbean Day cookouts. Like we had a Facebook group and a massive following called the JBLM Caribbean Connection, and it was massive. Cookouts every quarter. We had functions, you know, curry goat. We'll kill a whole goat out this bitch, you know, and just cook out. Because the Army has like these community centers, fancy buildings that no one uses. So we just used to rent them. Didn't have to pay. You just show them your ID. You're an active military soldier. The community center, we would use it like a conference ballroom. Set up the sound system and just, hey, you cook the curry goat, you cook the oxtail, you cook, and that's it. That's just how. But this time around that I'm back, it's different. It's some of the people have left, or the core people have gone. But still here. There's still Caribbean restaurants there and thereabout. But outside of the food, not much. But we still used to get together and throw parties and shit like that. Can I bust? Second round, Master Knowledge. I call it Can I bust? Can I bust? Yeah, that was him and LL. Big up to DG too, man. Yeah, digress to that. We all wanted Chelsea to flop. You remember this? Mozgov. But it wasn't even a real dunk, but he was up there so high, he threw the damn ball in the net. Threw the damn ball in the basket. But that's what they called it Lob City. It was Lob City back then. Remember them ones? So, yeah, ether was so good it became a verb. You know what I mean? But big up. Matter of fact, on this motherfucking outro, before you go over the Latvian Guna, enjoy it, people. Enjoy it. I'm out here. Love, people. Big up to every single one of you. Like I always say, carry yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are.
Mac, I'm gone now.
I've got hoes down there by Ellen Road. Ellen Road. Hoes. 4-0. Area code. Area code. Juice. Not gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Steve Mac, we running this rap shit.
Put your soul in ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost the race.
Anything goes when we ride. Even with my little shorty by my side.
Oh yo!